So today kita akan buat online discussion topic 5 or chapter 5 in which on human resource design, and also kita ada calculation on the time study, okay, ataupun nak cari standard time. Okay, this question is from June 2019. Okay, it's a theory question and check on the marks. So 5 markah and level C3. Job design is an approach that specifies the task. Okay, for individual or a group, discuss any 5 components of job design. Okay, so the answer is in the slide. Okay, and during the presentation dalam YouTube pun I'm discuss about this. Actually kita ada 6, but the question 1-5, so you can give 5 out of 6, and make sure you jawab, you expand sikit sebab dia adalah C3 punya level. Okay, kalau you just list down, you can get 0.5 each. So the maximum you can get only 2.5 kalau you just list down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you need to expand a bit the answer by giving example, or you just give some definition on it. Okay, so the first one is job specialization. Specialization ni dia punya example is assembly line. It's very specific. Okay, and actually it's very efficient, but let's say if the workers or the employees tak dapat hadir, so it's hard for anyone to cover him because the job is very specified. Okay, very specific to that guy, to that person. Jadi job specialization ni is more untuk high productivity, yes, but when ada apa-apa changes, dia agak sukar sikit untuk kita replace that person. Okay, the first is job specialization, so you can dash bubuh assembly line for example. Okay, and number 2 is job expansion. Okay, job expansion in which they're adding more variety to the job. Okay, so it's better to have job expansion in which kita make our employees multi-skill, so that this person dia boleh buat proses sebelum or selepas. Maybe he assemble the last part and also he can do the packaging. Or sebelum tu dia boleh buat dia buat as final assembly, tapi before that dia boleh buat a few steps before the assembly, the final assembly. So he's flexible. So he can replace maybe cover kawan dia yang ada MC and so on. So they can expand the job. Dia tak terlalu specific. Okay, that's job expansion. You can add adding more variety to jobs, and also kita tak boring lah buat benda yang sama bertahun-tahun. So it will help the employees to feel they have lots of skill. Okay. The third one, you can take the psychological component. It means that when you design a job, okay, siapa yang design job ni? HR. Person who work in the HR department, they need to know what are the job they're looking for. For example, dekat organisation tu, dekat kilang tu, they're looking for the production engineer. So they have to put all the responsibility, what are the KPI, or what are the related thing that a production engineer kena buat. Dia kena be specific. Kalau you in maintenance department, you perlu ada maintenance supervisor. So what are the tasks? What are the job that cover under maintenance supervisor? So job kena be very detailed kalau you nak offer. Kan nak buka job punya, nak hiring people. So you need to know what are the job title, and then also you have the description of the job scope and so on, so that bila interview kita tahulah what are we looking for, the skill from the person. So psychology component ni dia kena make sure especially in cognitive, cognitive maksud the level of the education. Contohnya if you want to hire engineer, you must at least hire a person with the Bachelor of Engineering. Kalau nak specific, what? Mechanical, electrical. So you need to be make sure that the education level is sama dengan yang job you nak offer. Okay, so for diploma dia mungkin on technician side, so dia kena make sure dia tak hire engineer tapi bayar gaji technician. So benda-benda ni nak kena be very careful. And satu lagi, if the job needs some maybe strength, okay, perlu angkat barang yang berat or perlu panjat something yang tinggi, you kena make sure that people that you offer the job tak ada orang kata gayat, kan, dia tak takut and so on. So all of this they need to consider. Sometimes the job title, tapi you tengok is there any element on psychology, okay, on the physical of the person that going to do the job, and also kadang-kadang gender, female or male, okay. So it depends on the job tersebut. So nak design job ni is not easy. Tak ada kita main hire je. Kita nak pakai engineer apa? Dekat mana dia nak kerja? Berapa orang you nak? So kena be very detailed. And keempat, you can give self-directed teams. Okay, self-directed teams ni a group of empowered individual working together. So make sure if you want to make the team independent, so people inside the team must be proactive, must be, orang kata, have the appropriate knowledge and so on, so that they can work together as a self-directed team. Itu penting juga sebab nak kena tahu apakah character ataupun what is the level of experience that you need to have the group. Okay, sebab salah pilih, the group won't move forward. Sekali dalam group tu you ada satu big project, tapi you masukkan semua new hire baru graduate, kesianlah diorang how to go through the project. Okay, 4, and the last kali, the easiest one is the motivation and incentive schemes or incentive system. Very important. Motivation, you can give training, you can give a commission, you can give a vacation, okay, bonus. Bonus is the best lah. Okay, that's one of the incentive, and motivation also. Okay, economics pun okay juga sebab economics is make sure that the working environment is safe for the employees. Itu penting juga before you nak design the job, nak come up with the title of the job. Is it let's say if you work with the assembly of PC board, okay, benda kecil-kecil, so make sure lighting okay, jangan lampu malak-malak, tak boleh. So you need to make sure job specialization, job expansion, psychology, self-directed team, motivation, and also you can put on ergonomics and the work environment. Okay, 5 points, right? Okay, next, state the objective of human resource strategy and briefly describe 3 distinct decision area of human resource strategy. All of this in the slide, and clear in the slide saying that the objective is to manage labor. Itu HR punya responsibility. They have to manage labor sebab if they don't manage properly, what happen? Sometimes they have shortage of labor. Tak cukup orang nak kerja. Production down dan sebagainya. So itu masalah HR. Kedua, terlebih orang pula pun masalah sebab you bayar gaji tapi orang tu actually dia kerja 2 jam je. Lagi sampai separuh hari tak buat apa sebab orang terlebih daripada job. So HR juga. So HR is very important to make sure that to manage the labor so that they also need to design the job. Manage labor satu, design the job so that people dalam organisation tu effectively and efficiently utilize. Okay, maksud dia everyone in the organisation have their job scope, they know what to do and they know what are the expectation from them. So kena clear So the strategy untuk 2 markah sebab dia 2 plus 3, actually there's 2 question in this. There are two parts. The first one, objective to manage labor and design job. So people are effectively and efficiently utilized. Okay, 2 markah kat situ. And 3 ni ada on the another slide. Clear there's a 3 strategy. First one is labor planning. So expand sikit. Labor planning untuk determine the staff policy. Okay. So staff policy you kena buat schedule, work rules, do and don'ts, okay, nak masuk kerja pukul berapa, so they have to do the labor planning, especially dalam scheduling and so on, is very important. Hari ni nak berapa orang datang, nak perlu part time to support or not, and so on, okay. And then job design, okay, the one that we discussed just now, that's human resource punya strategy. And the third one is labor standard. This one involved with calculation in which we need to determine the standard time. Standard time apa maksud dia? Amount of time required to perform a job, okay, or a combination of tasks. So that when they talk about okay standard time untuk buat job ni berapa minit. So siapa yang kerja kat situ dia tahu okay I have to perform all these tasks in 5 minutes, 5.2 minutes. If I go lower, you are good. in which means that you capable enough to do it. If you exceed 5.3 tadi, maksudnya you not yet up to the standard. So you kena more practice and practice. So dia bubuh satu standard time so that everyone can follow the standard time to perform the specific job. Okay, remember tak chapter 4 we did the layout, ada task, ada arrow, ada task. Dan setiap task tu ada masa. Okay, nak dapatkan masa tu, you kena buat standard time calculation in this chapter. So chapter 5 ni actually the support chapter 4 in which the task time is from the standard time yang kita akan kira dalam chapter 5. Okay. Okay, now we go into the calculation part. Okay, calculation part confirm keluar because these are the favorite. Dia ada dua jenis soalan. Soalan dia sama, cuma the scenario dia ada dua. Cara dia bagi data dia. Okay, we look at this question Januari 2020. So dia cerita pasal apa? Dia kata Zaliha has observed the time required to complete task A. Okay, so dalam task A, Zaliha ni kena kira standard time untuk siapkan task A ni berapa minit sebab yelah nanti nak buat layout. Nanti task A kan ada task A, B, C, D, E. Dia nak kena setkan berapa so that orang boleh buat plan layout kemudian. Ini baru task A, nanti dia kena buatlah task B, C, D. Okay. Untuk determine the standard time, kita tak boleh, okay, kita ambil satu masa, okay, kita declare. Ini time task A, tak boleh. We need to do observation. Banyak data diperlukan. Zaliha kena observe first, tak boleh ambil hari, dalam satu hari je. Zaliha kena ambil dalam seminggu, a few days. Okay, dia kena tengok sebab hari Isnin bekerja dengan hari Jumaat bekerja berbeza. Sebab hari Isnin slow sikit, orang kata Monday blues and so on. Hari Jumaat semangat sebab nak cuti. So dia kena ambil data tu along the week so that orang kata dia akan ambil average kemudian. Okay, kedua, dia kena ambil data daripada setiap slot masa yang berbeza. Pagi dengan petang speed kita lain. Pagi masih cergas. Okay, so you are very fast. Bila lepas makan, lunch, kena aircon, slow sikit, so on. So dia kena ambil a few slot of time. And ketiga, Zaliha also kena ambil a few person who doing that task. Let's say kat doing task A ada 4 orang. So Zaliha have to take time 4 orang tu so that they can take the average later on. Okay. So Zaliha pun ambil lah sebanyak 20 observation. Okay. Oh, task ni very short Dalam 1 minit lebih dah boleh complete. Zaliha guna apa? Zaliha guna stopwatch. Okay. So dia berdirilah kat line tu. So dia ambil time. So dia ambil 20 observation. Rasa cukup tak? Rasa macam tak cukup. Tapi tak apa. Kita tengok nanti ada calculation untuk sample size. Berapa banyak nak kena ambil sampel minimum. Okay. So let's look at the information needed. So, apa soalan nak? Determine the standard time untuk task A. And hourly output. Ingat, chapter 4 kita kata hourly output adalah penghasilan ataupun berapa unit yang akan siap dalam masa sejam, hourly output. So, bila kita dah standard time, boleh tak kita agak dalam 1 jam, 60 minit, berapa banyak task tu boleh dibuat? Task A ni boleh dibuat, boleh disiapkan. Okay. Kita kena cari standard time dulu, baru boleh cari hourly output. Okay, penghasilan selepas 1 jam. Berapa? And data lain dia bagi. Okay, sekejap. Sebelum tu soalan ni dia ada 2 part. The first part is to determine standard time and hourly output. The second part is, cukup tak 20 sampel ni yang Zaliha guna untuk kira standard time tadi? Ada suruh check balik. Okay. Kalau tak cukup, Zaliha kena ambil lagi sampel and kena kira balik standard time. Baru betul. Okay. So, the second part is to determine whether the standard, the sample size cukup atau tidak. So, kita buat the first one. So, apa data kita perlu kat sini? Kat sini dia bagi performer rating. Performer rating ni akan digunakan untuk cari normal time. Apa lagi dia bagi? Allowance. Allowance ni akan digunakan untuk mencari standard time. Okay, dua ni kena ada. Kalau tak ada, kita tak boleh sampai ke standard time. Kita hanya ada observe time saja. So, first step is, bila kita dapat data yang banyak ni, observation ni, kita kena check is there any abnormalities. Is there any time yang orang kata tiba-tiba macam tak logik. Sebab itu bukan part of the task. Contoh, contoh dia tengah buat task, tiba-tiba tools dia ada orang pakai. Dia pun pergilah mencari. So timing dia akan jadi panjang. So kita kena buang data tu, tak boleh masukkan. Sebab mencari is not part of the task. Okay. Contohnya dalam ni 1 point kat sini maksimum buat 1.7 and minimum kat sini adalah 0.8 Oh, very fast dia buat kerja. 0.8. So ada tak benda yang abnormal, let's say sampai 2.5 minit, tak ada kan? So it means that all the data kat sini boleh diterima, acceptable. Okay, 1 sampai 20 ni tak ada yang beyond the normal punya timing. Kalau kita boleh agak you can see the range, minimum 0.8 and maximum you can go up to 1.7. Okay lah, tak ada yang exceed sampai 3 atau 2.5. So kita boleh terima semua. Okay, once kita dah sure, then kita boleh start calculate. First kali kita kena ambil average sebab since this is ada satu je task, dia tak ada combination. So kita kena ambil average daripada 1 sampai 20 sebab kita terima pakai all the 20 observation. So compute average time. So sum all the time observed 24.7 minute, divide by berapa? Divide by 20 because the 20 observations, so you get 1.235 minutes. Okay. Since the question did not specify berapa decimal point, up to you. Okay. Kalau dia specify 4 decimal point, so set it at 4. Kalau dia kata 3 decimal point, 3. So tengok soalan betul-betul. Okay. So kat sini dia tak cakap apa-apa, so it's up to you. So kita dapat 1.235 minutes and then now you nak convert the observed time into normal time. So this is where you need to use the rating. Rating dah diberi 85% dalam question tadi. So what you have to do, just time the observed time with the rating 85%. Here you have to put 0.85. So you get 1.0498 minutes. Okay, now dah dapat normal time. Next, kita nak convert jadi standard time. Nak convert jadi standard time, you need to use the allowance factor. Allowance factor given is 20%. Okay, now the normal time we calculated just now, 1.0498 divided by 1 minus 0.2 from the allowance. So you get 1.3123 minutes. Jangan lupa unit. Okay, second, minutes kena tulis kat situ. So we done with the standard time. Dah habis belum? Not yet sebab dia minta hourly output. So hourly output, so dalam masa 1 jam, berapa banyak task ini boleh dibuat? We get the normal time already, standard time already. So 60 minit divide by standard time, you get 45.72 unit. Maksud dia dah siap task A sebanyak 45.72. Okay, so you sepatutnya you boleh declare as 45 saja sebab by the time 60 minit you tekan stopwatch, yang 0.72 ni tak siap lagi. So actually is 45 units yang you dah complete. Macam tu. Okay, so that's standard hourly output. Okay, we done with the part 1. Now kita nak make sure, is it enough the data that Zaliha collected? Okay, for this part, kita guna average time. Okay, average time tadi. Average time tadi kita kira 1.235 minutes. So, H, kat sini H is the desired accuracy. H, 5%, so kita convert jadi 0.05. X bar is the average time, 1.235. Okay. S is the standard deviation, 0.27. And then untuk formula ni, okay, kita perlu Z. Z is based on the confident interval kat sini 95%. Okay, Umi pun dapat information. Table ni tak akan diberi, so you have to find it through the normal table. Okay, later on I will show you how to find the 1.96. Okay. Okay. Kat sini formula ni pun hopefully during the test they give a formula sheet. Kalau tak ada, kena agak-agak lah. Dia kena hafal. Okay. So N equal to ZS over H X bar squared. S kita dah ada, X bar dah ada, H dah ada Z. So Z kat sini the based on the confidence level 95%. So 95%, kalau dia bagi table ni, Terus kita baca 1.96 untuk masukkan dalam Z. Since tak ada table ni nanti, you have to use the normal table. Kita kena cari macam mana dapat 1.96 ni. Okay, later I show you. So now kita dah dapat Z ni. So kita masukkan dalam ni. Very simple. So kita squarekan and dapat 73.445 sample observation. Okay. So kita kena round up kan lah 74. So masuk kat sini, kalau Zaliha nak 95% confident level, dia perlu ambil data minimum sebanyak 74. Minimum lebih tak apa. Minimum 74. Tapi apa Zaliha dah buat? Zaliha observe sampai 20. So soalan tanya, appropriate tak study Zaliha ni? Alamak, kesian Zaliha. The sample size is not appropriate because calculated sample size is 74. Zaliha ambil 20. So Zaliha kena buat apa? Zaliha kena collect lagi at least berapa? 50. Jangan ambil 54 ngam-ngam sebab kadang-kadang ada data yang kita kena delete. So kita ambil lah. Maybe Zaliha kena ambil more than 60 to be safe. Okay. Supaya Zaliha kena guna minimum 74 data. So apa Zaliha buat? Collect lagi and she have to go through the process of average or the observed time, convert to normal time and then convert to standard time. So Zaliha kena buat lagi sekali. Okay, baru dia boleh dapat standard time yang dia boleh declare. So macam itulah cerita dia. Okay. So habis. Okay, macam mana Umi dapat 1.96? Umi, kalau dia tak bagi table ni, what we going to do? Okay, these are the table that they will give you. Dia bagi you, this is we call it normal table. Macam mana nak cari Z tadi? Z tadi 95%. So, first kali ambil 0.95 ni bagi 2 dulu. So, dapat 0.475. So, you cari 0.475 atau menghampiri 0.475 dalam banyak-banyak nombor ni. So kita cari ini tepat sekali 0.475. So cara nak baca macam mana Umi dapat 1.96 tadi. So you go to the horizontally. So you dapat 1.96 and then you go vertically up 0.06. So you tambahkan 1.9 here with 0.06 you dapat 1.96. Nampak macam mana dia bagi kat sini, dia dah simplifykan. So tak payahlah nak cari. Tapi dia kata test, you all kena cari sendiri. So nak kena cari sendiri. So you have to go through this process so that you can find the Z. So Z ni kena tulis sebab dia ada markah. 1.9 plus 0.06. Baru keluar 1.96. Baru you masukkan dalam sini. Okay. So far okay. So kita dah habis jawab ni sebab Zaliha tak cukup sample size. Okay, ini cara manual. Cara manual Okay, now Umi nak buat Jun 2019. Time study juga, cari standard time. Tapi kali ni job dia bukan satu macam tadi A saja. Dia ada combination. Combination dia macam mana pula? Okay, combination ni ada step dia lain sikit. Okay, so let's read the question. A time study have been conducted on the mailing preparation of secretary. Okay, ni kerja secretary secretary pun boleh lah. So dia ada dalam nak siapkan mailing preparation ni, job ni dia ada 4 step. Okay, 4 step. Type dulu and then type envelope, masuk dalam envelope, seal envelope and sorting. Okay, ada 4 step untuk job ni. And based on the observation, kali ni setiap step dia ambil berapa? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 observation. Okay. Propose the developed time standard. Maksud dia standard time lah. Okay. Untuk ni. Okay. First kali, allowance apa dia bagi? Allowance 12%. Tak ada performance rating pula dalam atas ni. Ada kat tepi ni. Since dia ada 4 step, dia kena bagi 4 different performance rating. Tak sama. Macam tadi dia ada satu je job, satu je step. So dia bagi 85%. Tapi yang ni since there 4 step, each step have different performance rating. So nanti kita akan gunalah semua ni. Okay. And allowance ada. Okay, sekarang dia kata apa? Cari average time. Step pertama. Setiap elemen. So setiap step ni you kena buat average time. And then normal time, you kena convert pula average time kepada normal time setiap step tersebut. And baru you campurkan untuk dapat total normal time. Sebab kita tahu standard time satu je. Untuk 4 step ni akan jadi satu je. Sebab kita nak tahu the mailing preparation ni berapa time dia, standard time dia, okay? Tak kira lah dia ada 10 step ke 12 step ke, tapi standard time usually end up with the one time saja. Dia takkan pecah-pecahkan untuk standard time. So, kita nak start. First kali Umi kata, check the data. Ada tak yang abnormal ataupun yang pelik sikit? So, yang ni Umi simplifykan A, B, C, D. Senang sikit. Okay, so kita akan check dulu dengan task A. Yang pertama, step 1. Step A. Okay, 25, 35, 28, 21, 26, 3.3. Okay, tak ada yang orang kata tiba-tiba macam naik macam tu, mendadak, tak ada. Okay, just nice. Untuk job B ni special sikit 0.8, 0.8, 0.6, 0.8, 3.1, tiba-tiba 0.7. So kita tahu something wrong with 3.1. Rupanya 3.1 kat sini dia kata secretary stop to answer the phone. Phone berbunyi. So adakah phone itu part of the task? Tak. So kita kena buang dia. Okay. So data untuk step B ni kita hanya pakai berapa? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 saja. And then check untuk C pula. Okay, 0.4, 0.5, A, 1.9, 0.3, 0.6. Nampak 1.9 ni tak pasal-pasal kat situ. Okay, again, supervisor dia pula cakap dengan dia. Okay, supervisor tak boleh ganggu sebenarnya. And then yang D ni, D ni macam lebih sikit. Okay, 1, okay. 2.9 kita tengok dulu. 0.9, 1, 0. Kita tahu ini dah beyond. So kita akan eliminate ni, and 4.4 ni for sure dia dah abnormal. So untuk D ni kita buang 2 data. Okay, so now bila dah clean up the data, baru you boleh kira the average. Average for each step. Step A, kita akan guna semua. Sum all the 6 time, observe and then divide by 6. And then untuk B, kita guna only 5 observe time, divide by 5. And then for C, we use also 5. Okay, sum up all the observe time, divide by 5. And then for D, kita pakai only 4 because 2 is not normal. So sum up all and divide by 4. So for the average, step A is 2.8 minutes. Untuk B, it's 0.74 minutes. For C is 0.46 and D 0.95. Now kita dah have the average observe time. Now we nak convert to normal time. Okay, so normal time is very simple. Observe time average tadi times by the rating. Rating is given in the table. So for the first one, 2.8 times 0.85, you dapat 2.38 minutes. For B, you get 0.74 times 1, 100%, 0.74 minutes. For C, you get 0.46 times 0.95, so dapat 0.437 minutes. And for D, you get 0.95 times 1.25, so about 125%, so you get 1.1875. Okay, now nak convert jadi standard time. Before convert to standard time, you need to sum up all the steps. So total normal time is all of these sum up, you get 4.7445 to complete the 4 steps. Okay, now baru you boleh convert jadi standard time. So allowance tadi berapa? 12%. So total normal time 4.7445 minutes divided by 1 minus 0.12 daripada 12% sini. So you get 5.3915 minutes. So to perform the mailing preparation, you need 5.3915 minutes. Okay, if you go below that, let's say you dah buat all the 4 steps, you get 5.2 minutes. Wow, you good sebab you below the time, so you laju. Tapi bila you buat, you ganti secretary cuti bersalin, let's say. You buat, the mailing preparation dapat 6 minit. Tak cukup bagus lagi sebab the standard time is 5.39. So you have to practice more. Or maybe you kena buat banyak kali lah supaya you can get at least 5.39 to complete the job of mailing preparation. So kita dah ada. So anyone who going to do this job of mailing preparation, dia kena follow this benchmark. Below you cakap, above you have to speed up. Okay, sebab tu penting standard time. Sebab standard time ni juga akan digunakan untuk kira dia cycle time and so on. Nampak? So it is very important to have the standard time so that at the end of the day you tahu cycle time untuk hasilkan satu produk tu berapa minit, then you can plan out your production. Okay, that's very important. Okay, kat sini soalan ni habis kat sini. Tapi Umi nak tambah lagi pasal sample size. Okay. Okay, sample size kat sini. Okay, yang ni cerita lain pula Tadi cerita tadi tu dah habis. Okay, selalu soalan ni dia suka tanya sample size untuk cukupkan 10 markah. Sebab tadi kan simple kan, very straightforward. So nak cukupkan 10 markah dia akan tambah mengenai sample size. Okay, kat sini cerita lain pula. Okay, Jayanti ni pula, tadi cerita Zaliha kan, Jayanti ni dia buat 350 observation. Dia dah buat. Tapi kat sini N yang kita guna lain sebab dia tak ada average observe time. Dia tak ada X bar. So kita akan guna different formula. Okay, kita tengok apa data dia bagi. N yang dia buat 350 observation. Cukup ke tidak? Jayanti ni pula. Okay. Justify whether her employee collected enough observation given the standard deviation. Dia bagi standard deviation 0.5. Confident level kali ni 90%. Zaliha tadi 95. Acceptance error. Nampak kali ni dia tak bagi desired accuracy. Dia tak bagi H tapi dia bagi acceptance error for 4.5%. Okey. Yang ni daripada table. Yang ni tak diberi. So kejap lagi Umi tunjuk macam mana nak cari daripada normal table. Okey. Kalau 90% kita tahu 1.65. Kalau table ni beri memang rezeki you all lah. Tapi Umi rasa tak, dia bagi kita normal table nanti. So apa info kita ada? E kali ni tak ada H dia jadi E sebab itu adalah acceptance error iaitu 0.045. Mana datang? 45%. Convert jadi 0.045. S tadi sama dengan yang Zaliha tadi, standard deviation. Kat sini standard deviation 0.5 and confident level interval 90. So daripada sini 1.65 Z dia. Formula dia beza sikit sebab E ni dia ganti yang H darab X bar tadi. Okay. So acceptance error ni adalah H darab X bar. Kat dalam kes ni sebab X bar tak ada dalam ni. Okay. So apa yang kita nak buat? Kita dah ada E, dah ada S, dah ada Z. Okay. Squarekan dapat 336.11. So kita roundkan jadi 336. So Jayanti kena kumpul 336 minimum. Okay, sekarang ni Jayanti dah buat 350. So happy tak dia? Happy sebab observation dia 350 is enough because calculated sample size is minimum 336. So Jayanti lulus. Tak perlu lagi nak ambil data macam Zaliha. Okay. So kalau tak cukup tadi katalah Jayanti kumpul 320. Kat sini 320. So apa nak kena suruh Jayanti buat? Not enough. So Jayanti kena collect lagi data supaya cukupkan at least minimum 336. Okay. Itulah dia. Okay, Umi nak tunjuk macam mana dapat 1.65 ni daripada normal table. Dalam test dia bagi normal table macam ni. Tadi kita kata confident interval soalan tadi 90% pula. So 0.9 bagi 2. Kali ni dapat 0.45. Cari dalam ni 0.45 macam tak ada ni. Tapi ada satu yang menghampiri. Yang ni tak boleh ambil sebab tak cukup. Yang ini lebih sikit tak apa. Dia tak ada perfect macam tadi. Tadi kita dapat ngam-ngam. Bahagi kan. Kali ni kita boleh ambil ni paling hampir. So this one. So again baca macam mana? Baca dia punya sini. 1.6 akan vertically. So Z dia adalah 1.6 campur 0.05 dapat 1.65. Itulah tadi dapat Z dia. Okay. Kalau tadi 95% is 1.96. Kalau untuk 90% confident interval kita dapat 1.65. So tak kira lah dia bagi berapa. Dia bagi 92% ke 99% ke you boleh cari. Okay, step dia sama. Ambil confident interval tu bahagi 2, cari dia punya yang hampir and then baca dia punya baris horizontally and laju dia. dia punya vertically. So dapatlah dia punya Z value. Okay, proses dia sama. Alright, that's all. So